Hello, sir. I will now explain to you the components inside my circuit project, which is the water alarm detector. First of all, there is the NE55 IC, which is the main brain of the entire circuit. It is a highly popular and versatile 8-pin IC, which really carries the whole thing together. It then it then activates the speaker, which will then alert us when the water has reached the probes. Speaking of probes, we have the probes, which are actually just wires, which will then go into the water to detect it. Then there are the more standard stuff, like the 1 kilo ohm resistor, the 91 kilo ohm resistor, our 2 nanofarad capacitors that are right here, as well as the 1 microfarad capacitor over there. There's also, of course, the breadboard, the battery, and all of such. Thank you. Now, to explain what happens in the circuit. First of all, I'll explain the different pins of the NE555. Pin 1 is the ground pin, which is connected to the negative. Pin 2 is trigger, which activates the 555. Pin 3 is output, which is the output signal of the 555. Pin 4 is reset, which forces the 555 off when it is activated. Pin 5 is the control voltage, which regulates the entire thing. Pin 6 is threshold, which ends the timing cycle. Pin 7 is discharge. Pin 8 is power, which is connected to the positive part. Now, what happens when we connect our probes to the water? So, when the water touches the probe, pin 2 is pulled to pin 1 through the water, since they are both connected. Pin 2 then goes low, which triggers the 555, and pin 3 goes to high, sending a pulse through the 1 microfarad capacitor all the way to the speaker. Pin 7 then turns off, allowing the timing capacitor, which is a 10 nanofarad hand 1 connected to pins 2 and 6, to charge through the 1 kilo ohm and 91 kilo ohm resistors from pin 8. The timing capacitor voltage then rises and is sensed by the threshold pin, pin 6, while pin 5, the control voltage, as well as its 10 nanofarad capacitor, stabilize the threshold level. When the timing capacitor reaches 2/3 of its VCC, pin 6 resets, pin 3 goes low. When pin 7 turns on, discharging the 10 nanofarad timing capacitor back to pin 1. The capacitor voltage then falls again, which triggers pin 2, the oscillation repeats, the tone continues. The whole cycle thus repeats. Then pin 4, the reset, stays to high to pin 8 so that it never shuts off, creating a cycle of the sound. That is how the circuit works. Hello, sir. This is a demonstration of my perfect product. When I put both probes in it, it will activate the alarm, which will then alarm. Now, not to brag, but the tap water in my house is actually too pure, so I actually ended up putting in some salt just to make the water more conductive. Just a little heads up. All right, lean in. Go. Oh my God, it works. Perfect. Thank you very much.